this research because there's been a lot of progress in the last 15 years in reducing poverty. But if you look at the projections, by 2030, there'll still be large numbers of people living in poverty, and most of those people will be in Africa and in fragile states. Now, trying to increase economic growth is part of the solution, but it won't reach everybody. And that's why we're arguing now that everybody should receive a basic level of income security, healthcare and education that will enable them to be lifted out of poverty today and help to promote the kind of pro-poor economic growth that is needed to keep them there over the long term. In our report, we say that ideally countries should be funding health, education and income security domestically out of their own taxes. They've made a lot of progress in collecting taxes, but what we've shown is that even if countries collected the maximum tax revenue possible and they allocated half of that to social services and income security, there's still a big financing gap. We've estimated that financing gap at around $84 billion. The other thing we found in our research is that much more money needs to be given to the least developed countries and fragile states, because that's where the biggest funding gaps lie. Costing things like health and education is incredibly unfashionable, but we think it's absolutely critical to do this, because without a clear idea of how much it's going to cost, we don't know what the funding gap is, we don't know how to raise the resources, and we don't know how to channel them to where it's most needed. So our research will give decision makers meeting at the Financing for Development conference an opportunity to agree on where they're going to get the money from, how they're going to allocate it, and the mechanisms they need to spend this money so that it really works to bring everybody above the poverty line by 2030.